KDB. 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 KDB.
Beats Planet.
Hey. You need the volume to come about some bread now. Well, hit that button. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, me and Will still compiling our little workshop, you know what I mean? How we're gonna sit down at the table, you know what I'm saying? How we're gonna present our presentation, you know, how we're gonna tell hey, yo, volume, man. Look at how much these people care about our numbers and views and subscribers and all that, boy. We just the corner boys in the corner office, you know what I'm saying? I was like, volume. Boy, we just nobody working harder than us, volume. Just hold us down. Hold us down and say, yo, Voch, man, if you want to raise, you're gonna have to do a 5-day show a week. No problem.
Got you.
We'll still, they can add another day and they can add another hour per show. If you compensate it, we'll do it.
Come on, man.
If you compensate it, we'll come and say it. Oh, goodness. We'll have a long bit of content for y'all, man. Will still, did you pull that clip up?
Oh, I got you, brother. I got you.
Listen, chat, man, before we get started today, bro, I was just going down my social media. We're actually watching Asim Richards in the Patreon prior to being here, first and foremost. But y'all be missing out because y'all don't be knowing, though. But I was just scrolling down my social media feeds, man. You know what I'm saying? And I saw Dallas Cowboys trending. I normally don't click only when it say Dallas Cowboy trending because we always trending. But for some reason, we was trending with the Bengals. So I'm like, damn, either we made a trade for somebody or Cheeto Awuzie dissed us or something crazy happened, right? We're trending with the Bengals because Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, and Deuce Vaughn working out together. I say, oh, that's cute. Whatever can they be doing? Whatever little workout could they be doing? Well, still go ahead, right? And I'm looking at it. And first of all, Deuce is smaller than I thought. Boy, he lied to us. Deuce ain't 5'5". He 5'4".
They listed him at 5'6" on his. You know how they be lying in college.
Oh, them the good shoes.
Look,
No.
But they lie about 1 inch. They said we can't lie too much. He's really 5'5" according to when he went to combine pro day, what have you.
Yeah. Like we know Mike is big, and he is he's a pro level athlete, so he is a big guy. But Deuce,
quick he is.
So we'll still Deuce actually won this rep though, by the way. You know what I mean? I just wanted to go ahead and say that. But look at
but he got 100 pounds in the
whole foot. That's the point. So look, chat, Will Steele wasn't just gonna let me come on here and say something good about Deuce. I had to come on and say something. But dog, Will said this, and I actually said this last year too, right? I don't want to be so numb to greatness, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be numb to it. I don't want to just sleep on how great this dude is, man. We out here running this shuttle, I believe. Yeah. Running a shuttle drill, right? A wide receiver in Jamar Chase. And Jamar Chase, he just ain't somewhere. This ain't Noah Brown that he run against Will. This is Jamar damn Chase. You know what I mean? And Deuce Vaughn, who probably the quickest sideways dude in the draft. So this drill for him.
Yeah.
Will Steele. This shuttle, this is for Deuce Vaughn. And Micah Parsons just saying, fuck him.
I mean, Jamar Chase was last in that drill.
He was last, bro. He was last.
Yeah.
And I expect Deuce Vaughn to be the quick side-to-side dude, but Micah's going to be doing this against 300-pound people, bro. He's going to be doing shuttle drill, because that's why we do it, chat, for change of direction, right? Shuttle drills and 3 cones, we do that. So there's a combine drill for that. We do that because we're going up against big people pass rushing. I'm so excited, Will, for what Micah Parsons is going to look like with Stephon Gilmore holding down cornerback 2. And Mozzie and Hankins. Because look, Will, Hankins came later in the year, right?
Right.
Hankins came later in the year. What does a whole year of run stopping and cornerback 2 look like for your pass rush?
Run stopping and cornerback 2. And we saw Micah Parsons, he's still learning the nuances. Gotta get that button back. Nuances of pass rush, right? And we saw him abuse tackles early in the season. With his speed. Shout out to Lyle Collins because he used it to Lyle Collins, where Collins told him, hey, man, threaten him with what you do best, which is your speed, and then you can attack after that. He was whooping tackles' ass, flying upfield, and that change of direction. Woo, cut inside, and he's getting to the quarterback. He look even quicker.
You know something else is going to help the pass rush, Will Steele. And I don't think we've talked about this enough, and we're not going to talk about it too long today because of content, right? You know how we always talk about Kellen Moore and how his opening drive script don't always be great, and the Cowboys don't always put up points early when we should be, and we're always kind of meandering until we get to the second half and then we explode.
Yeah.
How much is it going to benefit the pass rush to actually put points on the board early? How fire is that going to be to make teams have to play behind even earlier, Will Steele, with your run defense, with your cornerback 2? Now, all these things coming together is just spelling elevation for your pass, not just your pass rush, but your big dog in the pass rush, which is Micah Parsons. All this is just spelling we're taking this thing to the next level, bro. You are already a top 5 pass rush last year, a pass rush that kind of fell off at it, to be fair.
Think about this for a second.
Sure.
You are a top 5 pass rush unit, and I don't know if this is the case around the league. Now think about it. Without a dude on the interior. Like if we could think about that for a second, how many? Hey man, 49ers, they got a dude.
Yeah, they got a dude.
Eagles had a plethora of dudes. I don't know what the Cincinnati Bengals, but they got a dude, DJ Reader.
Jets up there in sacks too.
They had Quentin Williams. How many top units, get after the passer that way without dudes in the middle like that? And no offense to Osa, right? He still was young in development, but I think that Mozzie is a dude.
Oh shit, man.
So
Come on, man. Chat. It's gonna be a fun one, dog. It's gonna be a fun. Look, we wasn't even supposed to be talking about it because it's wasting content. We could do a whole show on this, really, but boy, I just couldn't get into the show and not talk about it, man. But listen, I'm your host, Voch Lombardi, bro.
AKA Ferrari.
MICAHPARSONS, motherfucker. Voch Lombardi, man. If you don't say it, shalom, I'm here point guard about the best of the business. Will Steele. What's up, sir?
That's enough damn salt there, Willie.
No more Big Willie. My game is grown. Prefer you call me William.
One of my favorite lines, man.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines.
Because it it promotes growth in multiple different ways.
Yes.
It promotes growth.
And obviously the wordplay with the name and whatnot.
Of course, with the name, of course, but nuance.
The nuance part is definitely that part.
Which thing gonna happen when Michael Parsons line up against Asim Richards in training camp, motherfucker. What you think that's supposed to look like?
Oh, wait a minute, Voch. Before you go there,
okay.
You remember what happened last year when everybody was getting mad at us because we was like, hey, man, Terrence still looking good. But well, what about he's getting whooped by Michael Parsons?
Yeah.
Sir. It's Michael Parsons. I mean,
Michael whooping all of Michael. We had footage of Michael smoking Terrence, and people was like, "This kid Terrence so trash, dog.
Trash.
Get him out
of here." Yeah.
Judge Terrence versus like Dorrance or something. Judge Terrence versus Basham. He was whooping all of them. Judge Terrence versus Dante Fowler.
Non-specimens. That's what you called it.
Thank you, Will. Still non-spec. You can't. Nah, come on, man.
Okay, mess with specimens.
Okay. But Asim Richards better hope he playing guard when Michael Parsons come up in there and training camp. He better hope. And look, if Deuce Vaughn blocking in the backfield, I know he can block pretty good, but he better hope Mike ain't blitzing from line. Listen, man.
We'll obliterate Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't even want to know what that look like, bro. Overshown make Vaughn look little. So just imagine somebody 2 inches tall and 30 more pounds, 20 more pounds than Overshown dealing with. This Deuce Vaughn thing might be a bad idea. Well,
I'm not a fan of him blocking it. I'd rather him just kind of be a chip guy. We'll get the Deuce.
I got one more comment that I gotta say.
Okay, go ahead.
Because we're talking about Michael, right?
Right.
Like if you look at Deuce Vaughn versus versus Overshown and one of these other big guys, you feel comfortable that Deuce Vaughn is able to get away from him. Not Michael though. Michael's fast enough to catch him. Like that's the bullshit about Michael, Will. Yeah. That's the bullshit about Micah. He's fast enough to catch him. And he's that much bigger than him. But today we talking about Asim Richards, who's bigger than all of them. All right.
Or is it awesome?
I don't know the motherfucker. He gonna be just like Shoemaker. It's gonna be, I'm gonna call him everything. Awesome, Asim. I'm calling them all three.
I love the awesome aspect of it though. But awesome. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's right. North Carolina, 5th round pick. Left side player on film. I need my notes here. Mike Solari seems to feel that he can play all the positions. And look, that's cool, right? Now, do I think he can play all of the, from left tackle to right? Do I think he can do that? I don't think so.
Specifically, Solari said guard tackle.
For sure. I think he's gonna be a left side player for sure. This sounds like some public Terrence Steele negotiation. That hey, if Terrence don't come back, we'll just put a seam at right tackle. Nah, fam, just leave him on the left side and just let me figure this out. The good thing about Asim, Asim Richards, that's what we got to call him.
I like that.
Asim, but awesome like the middle. Asim, Asim. The good thing about him is when you watch film on him, you're most likely going to stumble upon some of his left tackle tape, which is some fine tape, right? And he goes against a lot of competition, and he's played a lot of snaps. He's played against a lot of dudes that's in the league right now. So when you watch him, he holds up really well versus those dudes from a tackle standpoint, right? And tackle's going to be different than guard. The fight of a tackle is not the fight of a guard. Tackle is more timing, it's measuring, it's figuring out, it's a lot more nuance, right? Guard is you're right on top of me, and we're going to clash way sooner than they are. So I need my hands to shoot at you quicker. One thing that I really liked about watching Richards as a guard, and it's his Virginia Tech 2021 tape, because we go deep around here, Will, still, what I mean? Pause. But you got to go to 2021 Virginia Tech, and you'll really see him starting that game at guard. And towards the end of the game, he went back. He went back to left tackle because he's that versatile of a player that he could do both in the same game. But what it showed me is that when he had to play guard, he was aware enough that he had to play with his hands differently, right? So when you're a tackle, you can't shoot your hands quickly because they may not be on top of you yet. But if you're a guard, you can't shoot your hands slow because they're on you right now. So what I liked about Asim is that when he's at tackle, he knew that he had to measure. He knew he had to deal with timing and spacing. But when he was inside, it was time to maul. He knew that it was time to maul. I never saw a rep where Asim was at guard, but he thought he was at tackle. You know what I mean? And look, that's a real life thing. If you put some of these tackles at guard, they might play it similarly, and dudes are getting their chest and they'll bust their ass a little bit, right? But Asim, good size player, good arm length player. Mike Solari is gonna talk a lot about his length. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Great experience on him. You know what I'm saying? Played a bunch, and he does have some nuance to him as a hand fighter, right? There would be, whether he's going against Isaiah Foskey or something like that, to where Foskey will get into a certain position and you visibly see, especially on patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, you'll physically see Asim Richards fighting to get his hands back into a dominant position. That makes me go, oh, okay, you're not just trying to muscle yourself through this. You're actually aware of the technicalities of pass rushing. When you watch Florida State, 2021 Florida State, with guys like Jermaine Johnson and the other character that got drafted in day 3 that nobody cared about, but he's a pro, so that's all that matters. You see Richards deal with length, right? You see him. I was always getting on Skoronski, right? You don't know how to deal with length. You don't know how to deal with long arm guys. I think Asim Richards got enough length to deal with long arm guys, but if he is out lengthed by somebody, he knows to attack the elbow. He knows to attack the wrist. Chat, I got a clip if y'all want to see it. I'll show you, but if not, whatever. But he knows how to get into those nuanced hand fights, right? So I'm going, damn, Asim Richards, I like you at tackle. I like you, but I like you equally at guard. I don't think that is one that he does better than the other. And Will, I know you watch him, so I'm gonna get your opinion on this.
Sure.
But I like both of them equally. Just in my personal opinion. I'll just pause and ask you right now. Did you have a preference of whether you liked him at tackle or guard better?
No, I have a bias because I want a guard. Right?
Yeah.
Like we need a damn guard.
True.
So I'm trying to figure out. Can I get him acclimated to guard, and when can I get him acclimated to guard? I think the only thing that might be holding him back, but we got to see is the play strength, because at tackle, I feel like, that was mitigated a little bit because he has some length and he has a really damn good anchor from a pass blocking perspective, if that makes sense. But
sure.
I mean, some of the things I had on him, he's a 2-sport athlete. I didn't know that until I started digging a little bit. He was a really good basketball player in high school, and I think you can see that in his feet because he's got some really damn good feet. I said I think he got a lot of work within his toolbox. I don't really see him as a guy that's trying to build a foundation out of nowhere because he's inexperienced, but he is inexperienced. I didn't realize he didn't start playing tackle until late in his senior year of high school. So in a sense, he only got like 4 years of tackle, and under his belt, but he's got 4 years playing tackle in at UNC. So he's got the experience, but he's still developing at that position because he was a tight end for quite some time. But I love this tape against Foskey. You talked about that. I thought he held up pretty well. And here's the play I think you're talking about with Johnson, where Johnson gets up under him, and Asim Richards within the rep smacks his hand right back down. So you got length on length, but he had the awareness to smack his hand right back down and walk in for a touchdown. So, I'm excited for him because I think I don't know if he's day one throw in right now. And he's starting, but I think he can compete. I just want to see what his play strength would be like at guard from a run blocking standpoint. Cause I look at him more of a kind of a downline blocker, more of a zone guy, as opposed to I'm going to beat you, man, mano a mano. I didn't really see him push nobody around one-on-one right out of his stance. Now, if he was duo blocking, he was coming down, if he was catching you at the second level, something like that, cool. But man on man kind of power stuff, that's something. He only did 13 reps, and that shows up when he's trying to finish guys one-on-one. But Asim Richards, man, I really like him. I'm excited for him. I just don't know when I should be. Should I be excited now? Should I be excited next year? Because that offseason peanut butter for him is going to be real.
Oh, that's going to be so good for him. I got a play in the gulag here, Will. Steve, if you would just pull it up for me. I actually got
there you go.
Got the exact play I was looking for. I'll just run this play, then I'll come back and talk about it for a little bit. Chat, can we get flames in the chat? Because I'm trying to explain to y'all last that y'all not gonna get this nowhere else. So when I'm talking to these offensive linemen, these short arm tackles, I'm always talking about attacking your elbow, right? And I was watching this in Patreon. I was like, oh well, this is what I mean when I'm talking about it. So I just play it right here. Boom, boom, boom. If you're in a situation where you get long arm like this, right? Some offensive linemen, some offensive linemen will just get little brother and just try to reach and grab you. And it's not always in your best advantage to like try to reach and grab people, especially if you're getting long arm like this, right? Now, I do think Asim got arm length to kind of deal with this, but when I say attack the elbow, I mean attack the elbow. Like I literally mean attack the elbow because that's where the extension comes from, right? And you see right there. Hold on, I can get it better than this, Will. So hold on, Will. Hold on. We're gonna get it. Come here, You see how? Okay, so look, just him hitting just him attacking the elbow, it shortens the distance here, right? Yeah. You can see the distance. Now I can reach you. Now I can do whatever I want to do with you. He didn't do it right here though, but I did see him attack his elbow, and this made me go. And this is gonna go into my next point, Will Steele. This made me go, oh, so he does know how to do this. Why doesn't he do it all the time? Mm-hmm. And that's one of my biggest points. One of my biggest points about Asim Richards. Thank you so much, Will Steele. That's one of my biggest points about Asim Richards, right? He does these things. Why doesn't he do it all the time? You mentioned his power, right? You know, and power at guard is different than power at tackle. But he does have an anchor. So that means he does have some lower body strength somewhere. I've seen him drive people before. He does have lower body strength somewhere. I've seen him hold people at point of attack. I've seen him punch, and I've seen him extend people, and I've seen him drive people. So he does have lower body strength, Will Steele. But I pondered, why doesn't he do it all? He do it sometimes. But why doesn't he do it all the time? He has a bunch of technical flaws, and I think his feet are I think his feet can be just a little uncoordinated. Like you have to marry your hands and your feet, right? That's one of the big phrases, one of the big buzzwords that you'll hear these guys say. You have to marry your hands and your feet. You can't punch and then bring your feet. You have to step, body position, then hands, right? It's a little dance you just got to get used to, and they got to be married together. Asim will punch with his right step, bring his body, hit with it, and he'll get lost sometimes. Go ahead, Will.
So when you say his feet, because I think he's light on his feet, you don't necessarily mean he's a stumbly, bumbly big man. It's more so you got to coordinate, right? Like you got to make sure you bring your hands with your feet.
I'm not saying that he has bad movement, but you have to step to bring your hips to make you powerful, right? When you're an offensive lineman, like most of your power come from your hips anyway. That's why they make us power clean, push press, and squat and hex deadlift and shit like that, because that's where our power is when we uncoil and explode. So what'll happen is sometimes he'll catch a dude, uncoil, and then bring his feet. That's out of order, right? Sometimes he'll really get a good order. Right. Sometimes he'll get a good punch on somebody, bring his feet and uncoil, and then you'll actually see like, oh, he does have power. So I do think he has power, Will Steele. And look, to your point, I ain't know this. Shouts out all the research you've been doing. He been playing tight end for however many years. So that makes sense to me.
Fact. I was just about to say, the whole, when you talk about the technique, I think it may be because, yes, he played a lot of tackle in college, but that's all. That's the only time he played tackle. He wasn't one of those linemen who went to lineman school in 8th grade. You know, he started playing football as a young age, but he was playing tight end.
Yeah.
This play right here, can you kind of let me rewind it a bit here. Is this another instance where he's dealing with the length and smack in the elbow attack?
Yeah. Let me see.
Right there.
Yep. Same thing. Right. Same thing.
That's exciting.
Same thing. But look, Will, even on a more technical level, can I take it to the next level? Please. Right? The running back going behind him, Johnson's working to his outside. Johnson's working to Richards' outside. He's attacking he's attacking the right side of Johnson's elbow, right? Because if he attacks so just look at me here. If he attacks Johnson's elbow, then he goes this way, right?
Show him again.
He's going this way. You want to turn Johnson this way. If he would have hit the opposite way, then it opens up Johnson, and Johnson could have went behind to make a play. Yes. Right. Bring that film back. So the fact that, boy, we on fire today, Will Scott. So the fact that he smacked the elbow towards the backfield, it turned Jermaine Johnson in that direction. So you watching this character and you go, he knows some shit. He knows some karate. He ain't got a black belt. He ain't got a black belt in offensive line, but he got a cool little blue or brown in there. He knows some things.
Man, look at that.
Come on, Will. He puts himself in fantastic position, but he doesn't do it all the time. So if I had to cut my music off and whisper something to Will Steele, he need to be at Duke Manuel School today. Yeah. he need to follow Duke on Instagram and Twitter and get his number, and he need to enroll in the Duke Manuel School for Extraordinary Offensive Line kids right now.
Well,
because he has the pieces. Go on.
What about Solari? right? Because this isn't Philby. Now, obviously, definitely go to Duke.
Sure.
But I'm willing to give Solari a shot here because he's been around for a long time. He's developed some good lines. Probably, I mean, I don't know the detailed history, but I know he's known for more of his schematics. But I'd imagine if you showed the clip of him being detailed in his coaching, he seems like a very detailed guy. And Zach Martin said that he's going to bring back an edge to this team. So
hopefully,
my
my only thing is we don't have a list of bodies for
Asim. Awesome.
No,
damn.
The coach
Solari.
We don't have a list of bodies for him. I know how Duke get busy. So look, me talking, I'm just speaking from where I got confidence at, right? So
Gotcha.
when Tyler and Terrence go, they need to grab Osman and bring their ass with them. Now, I do think Solari can bring something to the table. I just know he needs to see both, to be fair. You need to deal with both of them.
Right. That's what I meant. Sure. I meant, sure. In combination with sure. Duke.
But long story short about Asim Richards is I've seen good from every part of him. He just got to do it all the time. He just got to be consistent, and that's coaching to me. So I feel like we got some coaches. We just have to have some other coaches, and if they can fix that, I think he could be ready for this year. Will Steele, because we've seen this coaching staff fix dudes fast. If Asim if he's prepared to put in the work, Josh Ball gonna be in Jacksonville somewhere.
Oh well,
and regardless, quickly.
Yeah, he ain't competing with him in my opinion. I think the Josh Ball's not even. It'd be more so Edoja. But another cool thing, right? Like he came in fresh off being a tight end for the most part. And if you watch the 2021 film, not sure how much, but if you listen to the guys like Brugger and whatnot and other respected analysts, they'll tell you in 2022 you saw the technical improvement was massive compared to earlier. And again, it makes sense, right? Because now he's in year 4. Now he's got over 1,000 snaps at left tackle. And if he can do that at UNC, then he damn sure can do it here where it's his full-time job now. So sure. I don't see why I don't see where there's a world where he does not improve in his technique or just that in general, whether that be improve as a starter or improve as a quality depth guy.
I could be wrong, but I think it was this year's Miami game and especially this year's Notre Dame game. That was his look at me. That was his, his best work in my opinion.
I probably shouldn't have popped on the Notre Dame game first because I got carried away on draft day. I said, shit.
This motherfucker,
this guy getting the 5th round.
How he get this far?
Right. And a lot of it, and for whatever reason, I don't know North Carolina. Ask Jesse Alley. They passed the ball a whole lot. They were a passing team. I think he had over like 419 true pass sets, which is that's a lot for true pass sets. But yeah, man, I love that. I love that Notre Dame game. Clemson, he got some tussles, I think, with Murphy. I think he got us some tussles. Clemson, right? I think. Yep. Or am I thinking about? Yeah, Clemson.
Clemson. Yeah.
And yeah, man, there's a lot to like about this kid, man. There is.
Yep, I am a big fan of him. Corey had meet in the building, by the way. Just work off him one time. Shake my hand, sir. Fist bump, sir. Salute to you, sir. Corey got some good things. Some good things on the way here. O-line coach Mike Solari. I mean, we just took over. We just got into a groove, and we were supposed to play some clips and let him talk, but we started doing our things.
What Coach Solari say? What do you have to say about him?
Coach Solari said, I actually got more clips of him than I've had of anybody that we've done here. So this is interesting. So let's just start from the top. Coach, where is he going to play?
He does have that versatility to move into guard without a doubt, and also he has shown where he could even get you through at center. But again, he's not. Yeah. We're thinking tackle guard, sure. And okay. We don't want to get him too thinned out. But again, this is a young man that has versatility. He's smart. He's a hard worker. So it's going to be a really exciting piece to add to this offensive line.
He's thinking tackle guard, but just a little hidden piece in there. Will Steele. He said we don't want to get him too thinned out.
Yeah,
we don't want to get him too thinned out. You think this coaching staff is taking note from this Jalen Tolbert debacle and not trying to put too much on these guys' plate year one?
Well, Solari wasn't around for the Tolbert, and I think Solari is going to have full autonomy with the offensive line. Sure. And I just think he understands. He's been around for a long time. He understands kids who have some versatility. He knows how much to put on their plate and what not to put on their plate. So I just think he's speaking from experience.
Okay, fair enough. But hey, tackle guard guy, and in real life, I mean, I like him at tackle, man. I like him at tackle. I think he's nuanced enough to play tackle. Now, until we can get everything properly, properly assorted, and then we can show some of that power to play guard. Then yeah, he'll be a fun guard option for me. But just to do the one question that I asked in my Patreon about Richards, is he one of your best 6 guys? Is he in your top 6 guys right now? That's where I think a lot of this conversation is going to go. So is him, Chuma Doga, Fournier, guys like that. Well, let's go. Go ahead.
I don't know if we can say 6 because technically, if we count Steele, your 6 includes Tyron Smith, Steele, Zach, Tyler, Tyler Biotish, right? Like, so you got Terrence, Tyler Biotish, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Who am I missing?
Smith, Biotish, Martin, Steele.
It's 5.
Right.
Oh, well, I guess you could say 6 then.
So I mentioned best 6 because if he's one of your best 6, then I can see a path of him getting on the field this year because Tyron gonna get hurt. 1, Tyron's gonna get hurt, and 2, like, we don't know. Terrence should be fine, but we just never know.
Yeah, I'm always putting Terrence in though.
Yeah,
until they say Terrence ain't gonna play.
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, if he's better than Chuma Doga or Willetsko or Fournier right now, then I can see a world to where maybe later in the season he could be a guy that could play for you if something weird happens on the line of scrimmage. Now, what's going to be interesting is that he's a left side player. Tyler's also a left side player. So if something happens to Tyron, do you just put Richards at tackle, or do you move Tyler at tackle and put Richards at guard? That's what I think the conversation is going to be. So I do think we should be keeping eyes on what Richards is best at. I think that that's going to be important to what we do going forward there.
Absolutely. And this is a very much so wait and see approach. I know a lot of people are fans are going to be fans. He's this, he's that. Well, we don't know yet. Like, he has to go out there and they're going to work him at these different positions. And I mean, we're just talking specifically guard. There's just no way in hell you know what he's going to be at guard, because he only quite literally has half a game in college at the position. And then at the Senior Bowl, it wasn't the greatest showing at guard, but he kind of got an A for effort. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a projection and a hope as opposed to what you see on film. There's just not enough. So I'm really excited to see what he does in rookie minicamp, what he does at minicamp, and obviously training camp before I can stamp it as he's our guard or he's our tackle. It's just too many moving parts right now that need to happen.
What if he could play right tackle?
Could play left or right without a doubt. And again, we're thinking tackle, guard. But yes, he could play both. And again, he's a smart young man. He's got experience, so forth, at playing the game. So he wouldn't have problems moving from left to right. But the most important thing when you get these young players and these rookies, you want to kind of lock them in. Because, again, they're learning. And, again, and the speed of the game is so much quicker here at this level. So, again, you like to lock him in so he could define his technique and fundamentals to be successful and to be a great addition for the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, see, Will.
Love to hear that. That was not Joe Philbin.
Yeah, of course. Now, I thought this was interesting, Will, still, because I think this is going to come down to if they think he's good enough to be a starter or not. And I'll explain. Because if he's good enough to be a starter, we're thinking of him as a left side player, left guard, left tackle. So that's where his focus would need to be. But if he's clearly a backup, shouldn't his focus be left tackle, right tackle, because then he'd be swing guy?
Again, we got to see what Let's Go.
Sure.
Because that's another guy they invested in the same round.
Yeah.
And he's not guard option. He's tackle option. And this is what makes the tackle room or the offensive line room makes me itchy. It is because, all right, now what are we doing with Tyron? What are we doing with Tyler? Like that, there's so many pieces to the puzzle that have to be put together, as Will McClay said. Because if we go with the best 5 with Tyler and Tyron and Terrence, too many T's, man. Yeah. Tyron and Terrence at tackle with Tyler at guard.
That was crazy what you just said.
Wow, bro. Yeah. Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele at tackle with Tyron at guard. what if Let's Go shows out at tackle to be, he's your swing there, right? Mm-hmm. And that means Edoja. Is Edoja? What if Edoja shows that he can be a backup guard? So now Asim gets knocked down that depth chart. So it's kind of a matter of the starting lineup first. Mm-hmm. What do they want to do? How do they want to do this thing here? And then we go from there. Where does he compete with, Let's Go, compete with Edoja, et cetera, et cetera? A lot of moving parts, man.
That's a lot of parts, man. And I think at the end of the day, calling y'all, I think at the end of the day, you have to move as if Tyron Smith doesn't exist. You know, I think it'll be smart to move as if Tyron Smith doesn't exist. I saw somebody in the chat say earlier, you know, put him at tackle just because he has athletic ability. I think we got tackles. I think we got athletes at tackle, but you really got to see like what's best for him, like what's best for his fit in particular. Like, we talking all this tackle guard stuff, but if he shows really good promise at left and right tackle, but he's not great at guard, man, you just might have to hold off on guard, not just try to fit him in there just because we just think he can play guard. You know what I mean? That may not be best for him. So,
bro, that is so well said, and I want to get back to what Solari said.
Sure,
where he was like, hey, man, we want to figure out what it is he does well and lock it in. Did you hear that? Yeah. Lock it in. Yeah. None of this. We're going to play musical chairs with all these dudes.
Yeah.
Putting people at the right side, they don't need to be over there. Putting people on the left side, don't need to be over there. Guard center, whatever. We want to lock it in so he can hone in on that skill set. Tyler Smith was just a beast at being able to do both. But I would have loved if Tyler was able to lock it in and develop at a certain position so we can go into this year knowing we know what we got, right? But knowing, hey, that's our left tackle or that's our left guard and build around it. We didn't necessarily do that. So here we are kind of playing musical chairs till we figure it out.
Fair enough. Somebody in the chat say, Voch, can you tell us about Earl Bostic, the undrafted tackle from Kansas? One day. I know. One day, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fake. I know everything guy and come on here and tell you something about Bostic and I haven't seen him. I don't want to do that.
I want those in the chat.
Enough of them in the chat. I want to focus on these draft picks because honestly, think about everything that me and Will still have said so far about Richards. We can't say we can't give you all this information about Richards and we only skimmed over him one time. Just skimmed over him one time. You know, do you listen to music or do you just skim through? Yeah. I don't just skim through film. You know, I want to give y'all the best analysis that I could possibly give you because it feels great when, 2 years later we go, man, if I said Asim Richards was going you know what I mean? So we're not going to rush the process. We will get to Bostic, and we're not going to watch all these undrafted guys. But I do have Bostic and TJ Bass on my list, so we're going to get to them at some point. But today we talk about Asim Richards. They asked Mike Solari what's the most important trait from offense. It's either offensive lineman or from Richards, but I just wrote down most important traits. So we're going to see what Solari said about traits.
Again, length. You can't coach length.
All right, hey, there it is. Length, just off the back. Length. Tell us why, Coach.
And again, that's a great thing about the Cowboys. They've done a great job here at the offensive linemen here that have length in the sense of talking about, with the arms and so forth. And you really kind of emphasize first significant touch, getting your hands on the defender before he gets his hands on you. So that's really a significant thing that we're looking for. And again, Asim brings that, with his stature and his size. And so we're excited again.
Hey, Tony Snow says somebody should pay y'all for the time and effort that y'all put into research.
Well,
oh boy, damn. We appreciate it. I mean,
let me just tell you this right now. If I wasn't,
I would be producing myself. Look, two things. I would be producing myself, and we wouldn't even be live right now, player. So don't worry about it. We good to go, my dog.
Yeah, I ain't one of them that's like, I watched 200 prospects for free. Sorry. Bust my ass for a reason, man.
There's an end goal to all this. You feel me? Let's see. For some reason, I have written down they don't even know what they're doing with Chuma Edoga. So let me see why I wrote that down.
They're inside.
We're still going to find out about Chuma and so forth. But again, we got a lot of time still in the draft and so forth. But again, we're just looking forward to working with the linemen and getting the best 5 on the football field, working together as a unit.
Okay, so Will, you remember we were just talking about Chuma Edoga, and boy, the Cowboys ain't even drafting a left guard at all. They must have confidence in Chuma Edoga. They don't know what they're doing with Chuma Edoga, man. So I ain't finna sit up here and think that he's gonna be one of the guys that'll win that fight. If anything, I think, and of course, we think this because he's a drafted guy and there's things invested in him. But Asim, it's probably his job to lose. I'm not saying like start like, well, that's a big job because I think that's still Tyler and Tyren. But out of dudes that they trust, if we got to lean between Richards and Chuma, then it's Chuma's trust to. I mean, it's Asim's trust to lose at that point. They don't have anything invested in Chuma though.
Yeah, he's your 5th round pick. They're not going to cut their 5th round pick offensive tackle.
No.
They hardly. I mean, yes, they cut the bull last year during the season, but they hardly cut their picks in general over the last number of years. It takes a couple years for them to do it.
Yeah. I think that's it, man. I think that's some fantastic analysis of the pick. It's 4:00. Will still dadgummit, man. Look at what look what we do here with the film.
The conference has been locked.
Hey, man, once we get going, bro, we just get going, man. So, hey, man, appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. Hit a like on the stream, man. Hit the like button, please, man. Appreciate it. Let's get into the phones. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. No, I saw Andrew say Fournier is good. Andrew, he got to show me because last year he was terrible.
Yep.
He was
Fournier,
really bad last year.
Jalen Tolbert, all them boys. Kelvin Joseph, they're in the same boat, man. They're in the same boat. All right, Will Steele, let's get into these phones.
Mr. Telephone Man.
Hey, I actually have that. I have that. I just
let's put that shit on, Winston.
No. I got it. I clipped that. I don't have it in the dip yet. But I was like, do I really want to? All right, you want it? Okay, all right, I got you.
We'll do it tomorrow. I got you.
I
appreciate y'all for calling, man. We got all right, let's get through them. Cowboy Jay, what's happening?
What's up with you, Voch?
Man, life good, man. I can't complain about nothing, my guy. What you got for the show?
Shit. No much. I had a few questions for you and Will still shine. I was doing some thinking, and I feel like Cowboy Nation kind of as a whole, we're kind of keeping it low key, but I'm kind of worried about the offensive line on the left side, like with Tyron. I know y'all was just talking about that, but if Tyron go down, like I ain't even trying to put that in the spirits, but like, what we gonna do, really?
I mean that shit happened. Look, you wouldn't be wrong. I mean, if you had a lottery ticket to play on it,
family,
I bet.
Yeah, that ain't even about the spirit, fam. That the spirits is already here for that.
There is no there is no knocking on wood you can do to keep Tyron healthy, man. But if Tyron gets hurt, then Tyler Smith goes to left tackle.
And then what we doing with left guard? Because we ain't got no like. I mean, at one point we like. So I got a question. I've been thinking about this, but I don't know if I was bold enough to say it. Do you think at one point you remember this was like 2019? We had to put Looney at guard, and I mean he wasn't the best thing there. But do you think if we go ahead and throw in Asim Richards, do you think he'll like at least be able to hold up that because hold up that for that long? I mean, because Dak's gotten better now. He's done improved since 2019 to be able to like run around the pocket and actually like stay strong enough. So you think he'll be able to hold up, or we should actually go out there and then put that dude that we got from the Jets? I forgot the dude's name. He's like a Jamaican dude.
Jamaican.
What's his last name?
He's Nigerian.
Nigerian. My fault.
You about me. So I forgot my point. I just call that man Jamaican.
Who did he call Jamaican?
Chuma Edoga.
Oh, okay.
Chuma Edoga called Jamaican. I mean, that's what we're gonna have to figure out. You drafted Chuma to you drafted Asim to be a left guard guy. You got Chuma to be a left guard guy, Fournier to be a left guard guy. So you're just gonna have to be figuring out left guard. If Tyler gotta go to tackle, it's just like if anybody else on your offensive line get hurt, you're just gonna have to be less at a spot. But you're not just gonna have like just 5 MFs just across the board. That's a rare set. Oh, this is what I said. Okay, here we go. Joe Looney wasn't that good in the first place, bro. Cowboy fan.
He won't get it all.
Okay,
he won't.
Yeah, man. Cowboy fans like Joe Looney because he put on a Zeke jersey. He put on a little bitty.
Don't do my
Zeke
guy.
jersey.
Yeah.
Shit like
you hate Joe Looney.
Yeah.
I do not dislike Joe Looney. I took a picture with Joe Looney and put it on my Instagram, Voch Lombardi. But I think Joe Looney is I think Asim Richards is a better player than Joe Looney. I think coming out of college, Asim Richards is a better player than Walesko was coming out of regular North Dakota. Not North Dakota State to win championships, but regular North Dakota. I think Asim Richards will be a better player than Connor McGovern. You know what I'm saying? I just think that way about hell crazy. I just and this ain't me hyping up Asim Richards because I mean we've stated that he needs to put in some work, but if we can get that work done, he'll be fine. But if anything go wrong at left guard, shit, we better pray and lean on foe.
Right. Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about, because I think we can take the East. But the only thing, like, I really wanted us to address that.
Oh, that ain't what you said. We're gonna beat the shot at the Eagles. That ain't what you asked. We're gonna beat the shot at the Eagles. It don't matter who the fuck playing left guard. We're gonna beat the shot at the Eagles. Nah, y'all, you good. Dak Prescott dropped 40 on them cheering.
Yeah, that's kind of where I want to go to when the phone calls over.
Oh yeah, that's that motherfucking dude. But I mean, like, I think we're gonna take the East. But the thing is, like, I'm kind of like nervous a little bit because it's like if that spot go down, we got a hole there. Now I said, man, I might as well call y'all too because I mean, I respect y'all
right now.
Don't call me.
Like y'all put us up on game. What's going on and what's the real?
Yeah, I feel you, Cowboy Jay. Good call, man. Salute.
He said something there that is true. You know so Dak last year showed his growth as a quarterback because he was dealing with offensive line that was not the greatest in pass blocking at the time, but so we always bring up the 28th ranked or whatever it was pass block percentage, but he wasn't sacked as much. The team in general wasn't. Sure. So I think he's going to help mitigate whatever weakness is there at left tackle as well. So between him, hopefully Solari, the run game, the play action game. I'm not sure what scheme we're going to do with the run scheme. You hope that there is an elevation there because pure talent wise, man wise, unless it's Tyler Smith, it's a big fat question mark.
Sure. And to your point, I just believe in Dak so much to just carry some of that dead weight. If we do get in that situation, I would just throw the young dude in the fire. Like if that's the case
at that point,
and we're forced to play somebody, then just throw the young dude in the fire and just go ahead and get that process going. So there we are. Cowboys are no stranger to that. Yeah, man. Exactly. He said motherfucker. King. Daryl from Fort Worth, not Dallas. What's up, Daryl?
I'm with you, Daryl.
What's up?
What's good with you, man?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Life good, man. I can't complain about nothing. What you got,
Danny?
All right. Y'all, we're gonna get to what I was talking about before the draft. And y'all dogged me out. But here we are again with it.
I don't remember nothing you were saying. But go ahead and tell us what we
they remember.
I remind. So first of all, I think he's a better prospect than Ball or Walesko. Pretty much everybody else, as you were saying, other than our starters, projected starters. Yeah. Which is really says a lot about the problem that I was talking about before. We got this big old hole at left guard. And we didn't really address it in a strong way in the draft.
Okay.
And this is where y'all dogged me because I was like, hey, why don't we trade a 1, 2, 3 or something?
I know this ain't the number.
And get us a veteran freaking guard.
I'm still
so
dogging
we can
you
be
for that.
Through with this.
I am still dogging.
Are you the Neville Gallimore caller?
Yes.
Yeah, no. Y'all dogged him much worse than me.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you're saying we dogged you because you wanted to trade a first or second round pick for a guard?
A first, second, and third round pick.
Oh, a first, second, and third round?
No. I said a 1 or 2 for a guard, and then I was thinking like a 3 or something.
Who? I think I remember you.
4. See, y'all asked me because I'm just a Cowboy fan.
See, and that's what they do. Okay, got you. That's what y'all do. Hey, trade a first or second round pick for who? That's probably why I dogged you because no, sir, because it don't work that way. For who? Because teams like who is you trying to get? Like if you're trying to get if you're trying to get a nice starter, right? Tell me the players out there that are ready to be traded. Their teams are ready to move on from a quality offensive line starter in a league that doesn't have quality offensive linemen, and you're going to give up a second round pick for them. They're going to take it. Just give me those players, and then we can have the conversation.
No. That's why what I was saying. That's why I was thinking about an older lineman.
Like who though?
An old lineman for a first and second round pick. That's why we dogged you, sir. Go ahead. You keep it.
But my point is, here we are. Dak's at his prime, 8th year, right? We only got 2-3 more years or so in his prime, and we don't need to go get these. To me, these maybes.
So listen, this is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The type of offensive lineman you want, teams don't let them go for first or second round picks. They hold on to those guys. The types of offensive linemen that can be acquired this time of year are guys like Chuma Edoga.
I ain't feeling good about Chuma.
I mean, that pause was telling. That pause told me everything. But okay though. But like, so what we saying is who you like. You can't name no names because shit ain't no names to be named.
There you go.
Okay.
Quentin Nelson ain't going for Neville Gallimore in the 3rd round pick.
No.
Let me help you out, boss.
Whatever y'all want to do with Neville is fine with me. Y'all can cut him for us.
Let me help you out. Hold up. Hold up.
Wait. Time there. Yeah. Go ahead, Wilson. You can go ahead.
So the player you want, and I probably brought this up last time, was Shaq Mason. And you didn't have to trade no 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round pick for a Shaq Mason. That was a 5th round pick for a guy like him. And I probably said this to you already. But Shaq Mason is the guy you're looking for, and it don't cost you a first. You willing to give up Mozzie for Shaq Mason? I'm not.
Well, I don't. So if it's a 5th round, and that's even better.
Right.
My point was to give me at least a solid veteran in there.
You ain't say
that the hole is plugged. That's my
solid.
thing.
You ain't say
solid. Well, I don't think of solid when I think of 1st and 2nd round pick.
It's not a good strategy.
I agree with you
there. So here's the other thing.
Joe Benito.
Because you just mentioned Mozzie.
Okay.
So here we go. Because last year we had the same question in my mind when we in the 1st round when we had those Georgia tackles available when we picked, and I'm like, man, we got to get us a lineman. I don't give a dang.
What Georgia tackle? Offensive lineman?
No tackles, defensive tackles.
When do we have Georgia tackles available?
In the 1st round, not the biggest one, the 3-tech.
This year?
Last year.
Wyatt went to Green Bay.
Last year's draft.
Wyatt went to Green Bay.
We didn't have. I thought we had opportunity for one of those tackles, or at least there was some other 1-tech types that went either around where we picked or early 2nd round, way before we got to him. I was thinking because I was still thinking I'm like everybody else. Yeah, we've been needing somebody to plug this hole up since the Rams ran through us several years ago.
Right.
So I was wanting that, but it was more important to me to get an offensive lineman.
Right.
And I still feel like that this year too. Mozzie's great, but was there an offensive lineman there in the 1st round, or maybe in the 2nd round, that we could have locked this left guard down? That's the thing that keeps driving me crazy.
So I think the problem is that you don't want to deal with like the value. You just want to pick. So last year, even if it was a D tackle that was there, so let's just say Devontae Wyatt from Georgia, he's not better than Tyler Smith, or he wasn't better than Tyler Smith was last year. And this year, your big offensive lineman had been gone at that point. So Mozzie was the best guy there for you. If you was going to get an offensive lineman, you wasn't going to get a player that was better than Mozzie at that point.
So here's the thing: you're right when you start talking about value, the way that most draft people, I hear them talking, like you got to get it within 1 or 2 or 3 places where you think they ought to go. And that's otherwise you paid too much for whatever. Here's my deal. When I did $1 million on draft, simulation, if I don't get him now and his ass is gone by the time I come around again, then I lost out. Give me now because I need that because I can't get him the next round.
Well, look, if you want to complain about the second round pick,
you're right. I'm a little weaker on it. I don't care as much about the value because what I care about is filling our need and getting it done. Because we're not a team. We're Super Bowl ready. We're on the verge of Super Bowl ready, and we need that guard. And we didn't get the guard. We got a damn tight end, which. We got a tight end. We got something else in second and third round.
So what guard was you gonna get?
Got somebody in the 6th, 7th round or whatever.
So what guard was you gonna get in the second round instead of Schoolmaker?
You the draft, Nick. But I'm just saying. Why would you? But I need some. You're gonna tell me there was somebody in the second round that we couldn't have got that we couldn't plug and play in the second round.
No, Osiris Torrance ain't good. No,
I ain't talking about him because I know I ain't saying him.
Well, I'm not saying him. I mean, shit, he was there. John Michael went right before that. And what's the name? And then went before that. And Voorhees and Mafia.
That's why you got to pick their ass in the first round. That's what I'm saying. That's what happened every time I was doing it before. If I didn't go ahead and get my doggone my guard.
But Daryl, those dudes ain't better than Mozzie Smith, sir. You just can't jump around.
Right.
You can't jump around your board. Like, you know what you would do? You would take Calevon Chason over CD Lamb because you need pass rush. That's what you would do. That's what you would do.
No, I didn't want his ass. I wanted the guard to tackle or somebody.
But you know what though? It ain't about you wanting Chason. It's not about you wanting Chason. It's about you wanting your pass rush to be better. So you'll take Chason over CD Lamb just because you want your pass rush to be better. That's what you'll do.
But we needed the. No, but I hear what you're saying.
We didn't need wide receiver.
That's a good analogy.
We didn't need wide receiver.
That's a good analogy. Was K-Son because I told you I don't really watch the rest of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Was K-Son an excellent defensive end now?
Chason is terrible, but he plays at a position that you wanted to get better. So you didn't take CD Lamb. You took Calevon Chason. That's my point.
But see, that means you're saying either you're going to take the best available, and if you don't take the best available, the one that you need is going to be shit. No, I'm not saying that. That's what we did with Taco. So there, you don't have to
speaking out both sides of your mouth. You quite, sir. You can't. You quite literally said you would rather you want to reach for need. That's what you said. I mean, the Cowboys have done that in the past. Have been.
I don't want to reach for shit. Even because it's a need, it doesn't have to be shit.
You just looked us right in the face and said, it don't matter when you get them. You got to get them before they run out, and you got to jump ahead of the line because they're not going to make it the second time around. And you just said that if we need one tech, we got to jump up and get them, whether they ran out or not. That's what you just said, Daryl. You just said that.
I'm still not saying
and now your anytime minutes is all talked up. And now your phone don't goddamn work. Now your goddamn phone don't even work. All your minutes is gone. Now you got to recharge your battery. Now you got to pull up your antenna. Now you got to talk to me like this. Hello? Hello? Now your SIM card got water in it. Now your SIM card got water. I can't believe it. What happened there?
Y'all dogging me again, but we still don't have no damn left guard after the draft. We still sitting in the same damn place we were.
We do.
And Dak is still in his 8th year with a hole. We need to protect Dak more than we need that defensive line.
So Daryl,
we need to protect Dak's ass because everybody want to say the quarterback is the most important person on the team.
See, Daryl like to talk 17 different things here. Nobody's going to disagree with you.
No, I'm still focused on this ball.
Dog, let's talk. Hey, where's my damn button at, man?
It's my turn. You told me it was my turn.
Y'all need to learn some damn etiquette on this phone, man. You sound like an older gentleman, man, and I respect my elders, but God damn it, when we trying to make a point, let us speak the damn point. Take it away, Voch. I'm done. I'm done with this guy.
I can't tell when you're talking sometimes. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm good. I'm done. Go ahead.
I don't want to scream because he's being polite. I don't want to scream. But look, Daryl, all we saying though, Daryl, All we saying is you just kind of got to draft and take the piece that you have and just make it work. You have to you have to get the best dude. Tyler Smith was the right pick to get last year. Mozzie Smith was the right pick to get this year. You may feel like we didn't need run game help, but dog, that was one of our biggest impediments. Plus, you want to talk about like filling up a need. Like look at the teams that we're going to be going up against this year in the playoffs. It's going to be the Giants. It's going to be the Eagles. It's going to be the 49ers. All those dudes run the football. Yes, guard is important, but I've seen Dak Prescott figure it out with lesser at offensive line. This defense can be exposed no matter how good it is, no matter how great Dan Quinn is, no matter how much talent we have. If we can't stop the run, that's a problem. So I do think just as much as left guard is an emergency, I think run stopping is just as much as an emergency. So I think Mozzie being the best player on the board, plus him attributing to fixing this emergency, I think Mozzie was the right pick. And Osiris Torrance is trash. But Darryl, we got to move on, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate Peace.
Good call, man. Will Steele, low key, one of my favorite quotes of yours when you get real pissed off, right? You'll be having a conversation with whoever on the phone. You'll be like, yeah, man, Voch got a blue shirt. And the dude will hear you say that and they'll say something about Voch blue shirt. And then later in the conversation, you'll try to say something, but they don't respond to you. You'll look at me like, can he hear me, Voch? Can he hear me? You fucking know he can hear you. No, wait, that ain't the right button. That ain't the right button. There you go. He can fucking hear you.
That's what it sounds like, though. It sounds just like that. A whole bunch of buttons being pressed at one damn time. If you can hear me on the other end, let me look at you on the goddamn eyes real quick. If you can hear me on the other end,
it's my turn. You told me it was my turn.
Scott be like, but sir.
Voch,
can he hear me? I didn't push nothing. Yeah, he can.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to start. Oh, you still talking? Oh, did I get your damn attention? All right.
But look though, if it was Marv, he'll just keep on talking.
Oh, we come off the beat.
Yes. Oh shit. Oh man, dog. What show better than this, man? What show better than this, bro? Come on, man.
Bro, I would never call in to Max, J Will and them in the morning. And just be like, hey, Max, shut up, dog. Let me tell you what. Hey, J Will, this is what.
Let me tell you how I feel. Now, see, Max, you laughed at me last time, and you laughed at me the time before that and before that. But let me tell you something. Next call, man. Great show so far. Y'all can't miss shows. Troy, what up?
Hey, what's good, Voch? What's up, Steele?
What's good with you, bro? What you got for the show?
Yeah, so y'all got me entertained right now. Let me get on point, though. So I'm hearing what you guys are saying with Solari training these guys up to kind of be set with one position. But as I listen to you, I keep hearing the contrary on what we actually might need. Kind of going to the sense of, well, we know that Tyron will get hurt. You know, listening to Brian brought us on podcast with I forget my guy's name, but they say they're negotiating with Steele in the public, and that kind of scares me as far as our depth goes, you know, looking forward.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better to have these guys cross-trained so that we can kind of do what we did last year, you know what I'm saying, where they're versatile, you know what I'm saying, because freak accidents happen, like what happened with Steele, you know, and just having these guys available to play anywhere.
I think we've seen what Terrence Steele looks like at left tackle, man, and you know that ain't gonna be nothing nice. You know, you just better off keeping your ass grass. You just be better off.
Back blue is crazy.
You know, you just better off leaving Terrence where he's good at, you know, and just figuring out whatever little hole that you had present, just like fixing that, you know. The offseason's not over with, and I still think the Cowboys will try to throw a body at that position, but I think at the end of the day, Tyler is going to get the start, and they're going to knock on wood and hope Tyron doesn't get hurt. You know, but if he does, then we're just somebody gonna have to step up, like Stephen Jones and them say. So, you know, here's what it is.
Right. And I meant, and even with, the rookie coming in, having him cross-trained and not just saying, hey, we're going to focus on his one good trait. Let's see him, kind of move across the board. So we'll have that chess piece.
Well, that's a really good point that you said that, but coach actually said like, hey man, he can do all these things, but we don't want to put too much on his plate. We don't want to, spread him too thin. So they're cross-training them at guard and tackle. They're just not cross-training them at left side, right side. You know what I'm saying? But I think, but look, in these little camps where they just ain't got a whole bunch of offensive linemen in general, they're gonna see what Richards look like at right tackle for sure. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see what it looks like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys.
Good call, Troy. Good call. And go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I think they value that.
Yeah,
I think that's big. The position flex is the buzzword that they use, right? Position flex. And it helps because once you go on a game day, you can only carry 46. So if you got a guy that can play two different positions, you can go heavier somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Trey in the chat says that he needs more bad calls. Like, hey, man, come on, man. There's no such thing as a bad call, man. There's no such thing as a bad
Trey
call.
just likes angry Sky. I don't, but
we do have a lot of fun here, but hey, come on, man. Mark, what up?
Hey, Voch. Good afternoon, sir. Hey, Steele. Good afternoon.
What's good with you, boss? What you got for the show?
Hey, man. Y'all keep us entertained, dude. Keep doing your thing. Hey, and Scott, like I told you, man, watch that left. Keep that left up.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Hey, man. Just to, kind of give Daryl a kind of little cover.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a lot of us, man. As fans, we into guys, players.
Names.
Gotta have this guy. Gotta have that guy. We into that.
Yeah.
And this draft and this upcoming season is going to be about the coaches and the system.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't want to hear it and people don't believe it, but man, hey, coaching in this league matters.
Yes.
It matters. Why did the New York Giants give Daniel Jones a $160 million contract?
They ain't got no choice. Because they ain't got no choice.
Yeah, they gave him that because they got a coach that convinced them that they can get something out of him. And that kind of translates into, wait, let's make him a bridge quarterback. We can build the rest of the team. I can coach with this guy. He's not going to mess up too bad. And with the quarterback market being what it is, we can pay him peanuts until we get our quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's a long form thought. It might not even be that. But at the end of the day, Brian Daboll makes Daniel Jones look serviceable. And that's going to be the emphasis for me on the coaching staff offensively.
Sure.
Before I say anything bad about Mike McCarthy digging him, I got to give him his flowers and his props because he's changed a lot of things around here with the Cowboys the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just from a tone and from a perspective of how they look at it and how they play the game on the field.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of that. He's cleaned up a lot of little things around there, but he's finally going to do what he should have been doing in my estimation when he got the job. Yeah. And that's get his hands on the offense and do something with it.
Yeah.
And that, again, translates into all of us. We're spreading about Tyler Smith not being there. We're spreading about not having no left guard. We don't have this guy, we don't have that guy, Tony Pollard went down, we can't move the football. The system, the way that you're going to play offense has got to, at some point in time, compensate for you not having everything just so. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of that mindset. As fans, we're probably not going to, but we got a coaching staff that I think we need to give them the opportunity to build an offense and build an offensive system and find those guys that plug and play. Nobody knows better than they know that they don't have a left guard. They really don't. That doesn't mean they're not going to try to get one. They're not going to try to put something in there. We've seen in the offseason, hey, if they got to go find somebody in free agency, they got to open up the camp. They got to move people around. They'll do it. Dan Quinn did that last year looking for a cornerback because his system was in place. So that's what this is about for me. Sure. I want Mike McCarthy and them to get their hands on the offense and run it the way they want to run it. And, you could go either way with the tight end selection, but he was there to address that, not getting that guard. They went DPA probably. They didn't find any guard there that they thought was better than the tight end, and the tight end is more versatile. Block, run, and catch, and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, man. Thank you, guys. Keep swinging. Don't hurt nobody, though. I'll holler at
you. Yeah. Don't hurt nobody. Can he hear me? But you know what? I will say I got two things that I had to say about that whole thing, though. I think we've aggressively attacked everything except left guard. And I think the fact that they didn't attack that super aggressively just mean that they feel good about what they got at left guard. We may not feel good about it, but I think they feel really good about what they got at left guard, man, with Tyler probably being the first guy off and then whatever they got behind him. You know?
You're right. We don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. But he said something that I was going to get to at one point on the call, which was the coaching, right? The coaching in the system. Yes, we all wanted the guard. We all wanted a guy high to take. I get it, right? But you look around the league at top offensive lines, not everybody's a first or second round pick. So at some point, your coaching is going to have to make a difference for one position on your line. Like, let's figure it out. If it doesn't work out, go out and sign somebody for a bridge player, and we address this position again. Yeah. But you look around the league, Isaac Seumalo, he wasn't a first or second round pick, developed into a guy, right? You get on Joe Looney, but Joe Looney stuck around for a while. He wasn't a first round pick type of guy, but he stuck around for a while. You look at the Seattle Seahawks, they don't got a bunch of, now they did draft a bunch of first round picks at tackle, but that wasn't the case, and they still were a pretty solid, Kenneth Walker was able to rush the ball. The Giants, another one. Like teams can run the ball or get by based off of their scheme and their coaching, and that's just something Dallas is going to have to be able to mitigate. We can't possibly have 5 first, second round picks across the offensive line every year. It just isn't going to happen. So I'm with the caller, man. Like, the system definitely matters.
I mean, I'll do it because I'm ignorant and I love overkill, but I do agree with what you're saying.
But it's not in the league. There's no team in the league that has 5 first round picks.
Yeah. Miss Nay in the chat, Shell in the chat. We ain't doing that. What y'all want? we just working, man. Go somewhere. But another point too, though, Will Steele. He was talking about the New York Giants. He was talking about, Brian Daboll. I don't think they're gonna be good this year. You know what I mean? Like, there was a playoff team last year. They schedule gonna get a little tougher and all that. And I just believe in you had a solid year and then you just bound to get figured out here. And I don't even think Daniel Jones' solid year was even a good year. Like, they went and got him some more help or whatever. But I just don't think that this Giants thing is gonna be a thing. You know what I mean?
I like Daboll. I think, man, what a hire. When they hired him and they hired Sheen, I said, damn it, their culture is about to change. I didn't think it was going to be right away. I thought it'd take a couple years, but I do think they're in the right direction. But I think the Eagles and the Cowboys are just clearly better. That extra 7th seed might sneak them in there again, but I don't think they're a threat in the NFC. I don't think so.
Yeah. I think it's Dallas, Philly, San Fran. That's the big 3. That's a big 3. Glad we not in the damn AFC though, boy, because this is damn
Detroit. I think is going to be a top.
Detroit tough too. Detroit tough
team in the NFC.
That's fair. That's fair. Detroit about to beat the shit out of Minnesota twice this year, and we just need to get ready for that. You know what I mean? Green Bay. Sorry, Chad. Green Bay obviously gonna fall. You know what I mean? Chicago figuring out what they're gonna do with Fields. I need to see it to like believe it or whatever. But I think Detroit about to beat the shit out of a lot of people, man. That's gonna be a little nerve wracking. Glad we played them last year. Last call, Charlie from Abilene. What's up, Charlie?
What's up, bro? I can hear you, Sky. By the way.
Thank you, sir.
That's funny. Go ahead.
We might have to clip up. Can they hear me?
They hear me,
and I do it the same way, the same cadence and everything.
You do. You look at you, turn your head.
I look right at you too.
My bad.
Getting pissed off is hilarious as hell. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, it's the best.
I ain't gonna lie. We're all screaming. I'm sitting here laughing some ass. Like, that was funny ass.
I ain't gonna lie. I roll with the bit a little bit because y'all like it, but I hate it.
Yeah, I hate Sky get mad for real because look, we'll hang up Sky be like, all right, show's done, and he'll be like, man, fuck Voch. He just come on, man. He really didn't hear me, man. He was tripping. I can't believe he thought Sky really get mad. But what's up, Charlie? What you got? You the last call for the day.
No, man. Yeah, I got y'all, man. So I had a road trip today, and I was listening to Gray Area podcast that you were on, Voch. And
fantastic.
I know you go live at 3, and I just want to call in and say I thought that shit was cool as hell.
Wow.
You working at Pizza Hut and everything, and then coming out and fucking doing all your shit and grinding. You want to disagree with Brian Broaddus? Like, I've watched Broaddus since I was a little ass kid.
Me too. Man.
And now I listen to y'all show all the time, and y'all are the shit I listen to.
Wow.
So, I just think it's cool as fuck when I was listening to that, hearing you being real as hell, saying you're a character and that's like how you actually are. And Sky's the same exact way. So, when y'all are making fun of callers, like, I think that shit's cool as hell because it's genuine. It's not like media driven.
Wow.
So just want to give y'all a boost, man. Say good shit, and y'all doing it correct, and y'all are gonna keep doing it correct. And so, you know, I even went back and looked up your little drafting with Colin Cowherd from last year because I knew you were talking about it.
Yeah.
So I had to watch that shit, and you did good as hell, bro. So both of y'all, Sky knows me as Charlie Murphy, but yeah, I fuck with y'all heavy, man. So good shit. That's it.
Man.
Wow. Hey, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, it's love.
Damn, dog. Let me just
Stop the cap.
Hold on, wait, shit, my bad. Yo, Charlie, great call, man. Hey, man, that mean the world to us, bro.
It does.
That mean the world to us, man. Shouts out to KG. We can go and raid that video if y'all want to, man. But boy, man, just you know, I'm you know, when people ask me on the platform, I'm normally just talking football. I'm talking football. So when KG brought me on, I'm thinking that we talking Cowboys and draft. I mean, shit. And we may have talked Cowboy draft like what 8 minutes, 10 minutes, you know, on this hour-long podcast, you know, and he just started asking, man, and me and Will still, you know, we get emotional on this journey when we start talking about this journey, where we've been and where we going. So, you know,
it was we didn't talk about it publicly, but absolutely I don't even know what the word I want to use, but I was going to say touching, but you felt that podcast, right? Like you felt your story, and I gave, you know, KG his props too, because I think he flowed with that very well, and that's why you didn't talk a bunch of draft to the end, because he allowed you to kind of get that out. And I said in the comment, you know, this story needs to be told. So I'm glad he let you do that.
Yeah. KG asked great questions, man. Shouts out to the Gray Area episode 4. I'll drop the link. I'll go find and drop the link up in here before we wrap up. Supers. Let's get into them. Let's get into some supers, man. Get into some supers, man. A little bit of supers, man. Hit you over there. Refresh you over there. All right, here we go. I got some supers in. Today is the 9th. Okay. K Bugavelli dropped a 5, then a deuce. Appreciate you, sir. On the 5, he says what I was saying from yesterday. Okay, so Will, he's the guy that was like, he was like out of IDA, started watching which I cool. So Q Bugavelli said, what I was saying yesterday was the first time I seen you on stream, I was in Rikers. Damn.
Oh shit. Was you in Rikers yesterday when you sent that super chat?
Yeah, where was you at? What you mean?
Damn, well, we deep in the Rikers. I didn't know they did that.
Oh, yeah, they got tabs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got tabs and shit. What I was saying yesterday was, is that even the first? Yeah, he didn't even say Rikers yesterday. Okay, cool. What I was saying yesterday was the first time I seen you on stream, I was in Rikers. Watched every stream damn near till now.
Wow.
Damn. Oh, and DA means dead ass. So that must
from
be
New York.
That's from New York. Yeah. He meant, okay, so yesterday he was like, oh, okay, so his $2 super chat yesterday was
I dead ass
started watching you on the eye.
Oh, it makes sense now. Thank you, sir. Damn, it all makes sense.
Hey man, look,
New York.
Little clarity go along. So I'll read this. So yesterday he says, I dead ass started watching you on the island.
Gotcha.
You know which one. I did, even with this context, if you ain't saying right, because I wouldn't know. But damn, now I know. Appreciate you, bro.
Damn, that's
damn.
Okay. So okay. New York got their own Czech slang.
Damn. Okay.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you made it out, bro.
Yeah. First, he might still be in there. Because we hope the best. We hope the best.
Troy Doug, is that you?
I seen you on stream. The first time I seen you on stream, I was in Rack. So he probably free. Hey man, glad you're free, bro. Glad you're free.
Free to homie.
Watch every stream damn near till now. Damn. Appreciate you, Q. Appreciate you. And then he came back and says, and before you ask, I was him, so I had a phone. Okay, I know what that means.
See, I look, that's crazy because that's that ass. Well, look, that ass. I was asking for real, like, how do you? But he was him, so
he was him. So I know he from New York now. Yo, Q, man. Hey, that's incredible, bro. That's incredible, man. Appreciate you, man. We got damn, man. Sometimes fourth graders call the show. Short dog will call. Sometimes Daryl from Fort Worth for call. The last caller, we just, Tom Downey will be in the chat, and damn, man.
That's crazy.
That mean a lot to us, man. We appreciate y'all, man. That mean the world to us. Man. That's something else. Miss Nate gonna talk to me like, can you believe he listened to you in jail? Can you believe it? You should be proud of yourself. And I'm just like, come on.
Now think about it, man. I be seeing dudes making videos in there, like
they got
music videos. TikTok.
They I saw this one. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I know. Let's just keep it.
Let's move on. And on the Voch side, here we go. Somebody gonna super chat, but yeah, Voch, I only watch you from my living room, but appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. The ninth. Here we go. DAM. Damn. He tried to 5 and says, Schoonmaker should be called Gonna Make Her. He's Gonna
Maker.
Schoonmaker should be called He's Gonna Make Her after Lunda Wells and Dak get some time in with.
Not calling another man delicious. not calling him Gonna Maker.
Call him over that. Gonna Maker!
Gonna Maker!
Great content as always, guys. Appreciate it. Damn. Well, so let me ask you a question though. This is a real question on that part, right? Do you think the Cowboy Nation is going to be split on these two guys when it comes to like a celebration call, or do you think we'll use it for both? Do you think we'll get Schoon and you think we'll get Deuce when they do something in the game? You think we'll get both?
Absolutely. You're gonna get a whole bunch of Schoon and Deuces from the crowd. It's gonna be loud too in that stadium.
That'd be fire. All right.
My wrestling ass. Every time I say his name, Schoonmaker, I think of Undertaker. And then I immediately think of Teddy Long. You just got a match with the Undertaker. Like, I don't know why my wrestling brain goes there, but it does.
Come on, player. We don't wipe these 3 or 4s. Drop the Deuce says, why is Dan Orlovsky obsessed with Dak?
We know why.
Come on, man.
It's not dead. I mean, yeah, it is dead period now for them. Draft's over. How do I get engagement? Dak Prescott.
Come on, man.
Cowboys.
And Brother L dropped the last super chat for the day. He dropped a dime and said, seeing a lot of commercial platforms recognizing Voch and Sky Studio 2023 is closer than you think. It is. Love seeing real ones getting love they deserve. Keep getting that money and staying true to yourself. Appreciate you, Brother L, man. Couldn't do it without you, man. That was a dime you dropped, man. Salute. University of Tulsa's very own. We got a Tulsa dad in the building. What's their mascot? Tulsa's what's their mascot? Like
ain't that where what's the name went?
It's where Tyler went, but like I don't even know what they Chad, what's Tulsa's mascot? I don't know.
Anyway, my brain just go ahead.
Anyway, Marcus Hardison says at Golden Hurricane at the volume. That's me, Will, and Golden Hurricane. I never would have thought. I never would have guessed her.
I guess that makes sense because it's hurricanes around there.
And that's problematic, bro. Like, why would you name your team
called it Golden? Like we proud of it.
But that's a natural disaster, though. Like you can't be like the California earthquakes or the Miami hurricanes. Damn.
Yeah, but the hurricane, but that's like, look, we the hurricane. We coming through like a hurricane. They the golden hurricanes. Like
it's still a natural disaster, though. So why they not the golden tornadoes? Like, wouldn't it make more sense? Because they
sound like some name that you made up on Madden.
But bro, you can't have a hurricane with no water. Tulsa in the middle of they're in the middle of the lane.
You know what? Damn it, that don't even make sense. You're right. It should be
it's Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're in the tornado part, so they would have to be the golden tornadoes. Yeah, and Miami would have to be.
Hurricane makes sense in Miami too. By the way.
Yeah. Wilson, we gotta start the fucking song over. Read Marcus.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Marcus Hardison said at the volume. That's me, Will, and Tyler Smith today. Calm and consistency wins the race because restless feet might walk you into a snake pit. Come on, Will, Steele. Come on, man. Hey, come on now. on now. Calm and consistency wins the race because restless feet might walk you into a snake pit. What's said doesn't need to be explained. Salute to the chat and my brothers, Voch and Sky. Much love, man. Appreciate you, brother Marcus. Congratulations. Appreciate you. Hey, man, we was bullshitting, but like Tulsa is in the middle of the damn country, and you can't have a hurricane without ocean.
That makes no sense. I really want to know now. Like, why did y'all name yourselves that? That doesn't make any sense.
Now, Will Steele, there's also something else too, man. Me and my homeboy Corey used to talk about this all the time, right? Nelly, the rapper Nelly, right? Nelly has a line that doesn't make a lot of sense. Nelly says, Nelly has a line where he says he's a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be manicured. Yeah.
What's a manicured toe?
Well, see, it could be the thumb of your toe, and then that's basically
the thumb of your toe. I mean, what's your toes? That's your foot thumbs, right?
Foot fingers, yeah.
Foot fingers is crazy. Hey, man, we have fun up here, man. Too much fun up in here. Extract Drop 5 says, who won, Mook or Big K? Man, I've been doing drafts so heavy I ain't got a chance to watch battle rap, dog. So yeah, my bad. And who was the biggest acquisition for the Cowboys, draft included? Acquisition offseason, Stephon Gilmore. Brandon Cooks. And I saw one more super chat. Mr. Inglewood dropped a deuce and says monthly bag of almond M&M's contribution. Appreciate you. Keep going, guys. Appreciate you. Love y'all. Hey, subscribe to the Patreon. We're watching film every single day. I lied, not every day, but we're watching film many times a week. And we watch Asim Richards today. So if you want to see the Asim and look, the YouTube Illuminati be trying to hit me. They be trying to get me. So hey, y'all need to be in the Patreon and watching when it drops because the video might be blocked when you get there. I'll do my best to keep it live, but it might be blocked when you get there. So be sure that y'all check out that content, man. Patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Be sure to hit the like on all of the volumes buttons. And my guy Will Steele, my point guard, the best in the business, Skywalker Steele on social media, Twitter, STEELE, and be sure to check out A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning, 8:30 to 10:30. Appreciate you, sir. For the rest of y'all hooligans, man, y'all hold down for the Doski Woski and Peasky Whiskey, man. Volume.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They hear me.
That has to be part of our new merch. That's crazy you point that out. I think we got to clip up though, because that's real. I do say that at least twice a week.
Knowing damn well they hear you.
I legitimately think they don't.